So our next presenter that we are going to be, who's going to be sharing is Ricky Steenkamp. Ricky, are you here yet? So it's a bit early.
I'm here, Karen.
So it's so exciting to have you on this chat.
Thank you
for getting Macmillan involved with this webinar. Ricky and I have been doing a whole lot of webinars over the last few months with COVID. She reached out to me and said, please, can you come and do some workshops with us about remote learning and a whole lot of other things. And we've had some real fun over the last few months with technology, with developing the webinars and then presenting the sessions. We've played on so many different webinar platforms. I think it's crazy how many we've explored and played with. And I'm so looking forward to you sharing with everybody today about the professional development. I really never knew that Macmillan had such a wide range of different resources and tools since before the lockdown. And I think it's really exciting that you're going to be sharing some of those today. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing. And thank you for your friendship. So
thank you very much. Thanks very much. And I just want to add also that we also have our favorite platforms that we like to use and some of our least favorite platforms that we like to use. So so I think I'm just going to hop straight in. I'm going to start sharing my screen if that's okay.
Yeah.
So share screen, I suppose I have to choose which one. This one. There we go. And then I just want to put my PowerPoint up. So if you can all see my screen, if you can just tell me if you can see my screen, because I can't see you anymore. If yes, that's fine. Up. Okay, yep. Fantastic. So thanks very much, Karen, and thanks, Joel and Matt, for all of your, I must be honest with you, I was very impressed with your little podcast that you had there. It was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. And you two guys are an inspiration for us, for kids, for everybody. So thank you so much for all your back end work as well. But I'd like to talk to you today about professional development, and I want to share some ideas with you on how you can brew your own professional development and what it's basically all about and what you should be looking out for and that sort of thing. So first of all, let's look at what is professional development. So as an educational professional, it could mean a lot of things. It could be that you've just learned a new skill all by yourself. You've learned to do something, you hopped online, you looked at a couple of YouTube videos, and you've taught yourself a new skill on how to do something. Maybe there was a new subject. I know in my case, when technology was first initiated as a subject with NCS many years back, and that's when I met Karen for the first time. It was difficult for me because, and I know for a lot of teachers as well, that you don't really have that background with this new subject. You've got nothing to fall back on. So the first thing that you do is you go and learn. You have to learn. You have to upskill yourself. And this is where you learn all these new skills to teach yourself how to do these things. And it's all part of professional development. It might also be some competence that you've acquired within your classroom situation. Maybe you've learned how to streamline some of your workflows and things like that you have in your classroom, or even the effectiveness of the way in which you work, some classroom management tips that you have picked up from a mentor or from somebody that could have helped you. And all of this is really part of professional development. It could also be that you have enrolled in some advanced professional learning program where you've taught where you've studied a degree or something like that, or even attended workshops or some formal education of some sort. So that's basically what professional development is all about. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at all of these things in a little bit more detail and where they slot in with the professional development pyramid as well. If I can just get my mouse to move. So the next thing I wanted to just ask you is, why do you think is professional development, why is it important for you? First of all, for you as a person, there are so many benefits to keeping up with your own professional development. It should be your responsibility, not your principal, not your school, not your husband, not the Department of Education. It should be your responsibility to upkeep your professional development. So first of all, it builds your confidence as an educator. It builds your credibility as an educator as well. And it also You can see how you progress through your learning when you are involved in some form of professional development for yourself. It also gives you the potential to earn more because it gives you more scope for progressing in your career. For example, you can get promotion. So you can't get a promotion if you're just a basic level 1 and you don't just do any professional development. There's no hope to get promoted or anything like that and to advance in your career. So professional development is incredibly important when it comes to that. And if you have that ambition to maybe perhaps become a change maker in the education spectrum. And then also, if you're continually updating your skills, you become flexible, you adapt to new situations. If the Department of Education says to me tomorrow, the curriculum is changing, I'm not going to run away. I'm not scared because I know that there's always something new for me to learn. And this makes me very excited. It also proves that you have this growth mindset for yourself as well. And also, it's a proactive approach and a productive approach towards your own career as well. But it also encourages you to reflect on your own teaching and your own learning experiences that you've had. So some of the things that you may attend might not be worthwhile. Some of the things that you attend, like today's 12-hour webinar, is absolutely phenomenal for learning new skills and getting ideas on how to do things in your class and where to go to from here. And it also encourages you to focus on addressing your own gaps in your own professional development as well, and in your own career, in your own class teaching. So now the next question is, what is stopping you from becoming involved in professional development? It could be that you don't have time. It might be that you have this incredibly very, very busy schedule. I know during COVID, it might be a little bit different with extramurals and things like that are not happening at the moment. But even now during COVID, you may be online all the time with your students that you still don't have time to professionally upskill yourself. But just if you stop and think a bit about this, just the mere fact that you are now taking that step going online is already teaching yourself a new skill. So don't ever sell yourself short. You might not have the time for it, but if you think about it, the little bits and snippets that you are learning may even be teaching you something, some new skill in your career that you have. It could also be that you might have a shortage of money. There might not be funding. There might not be a budget. I won't be able to go and further my career or my qualifications at a university because I don't have the money for it. But that doesn't mean that I can't gather the knowledge that I need in order to progress in my career. I might not have the certificate, but I will have the knowledge. The next thing is that you might not have your employer and your team support. And this is a very sad thing. So make your own team. This is what I want to say to you. Get your own support network that supports you in your professional development as you go along. It also could be that you may have personal commitments. You might have family issues. You might have pets that you have to seek, pets that you come home to. You might have a partner that needs you to be around more often than not. So any personal commitments could possibly influence your professional development and might stop you from actually going ahead and getting involved with further professional development. It could also be that there's a low morale in your workplace. And this could also be have a very, very negative impact on why you want to actually attend some of the sessions that are arranged by your school or by the Department of Education. And then also, I want to stop here for a bit, and I want you to think about your outlook and your attitude towards your own professional development. And if you look at this square, I'm just going to highlight it here with my mouse, if you can see my mouse moving, is that you need to find where in these 4 squares you are lying. And for me, I'd like to think that I am in this green block because I want to be a winner. I have a high attitude and high energy when it comes to my professional development. I am constantly wanting to learn new things. If there's any form of new tech that comes out, I immediately hop on and I start to get involved and start learning about these types of things. So it's really, really critical that you think about where on this spectrum is it that you lie? If you are just a spectator, are you a loser, or are you the Walking Dead? Are you a cynic that you criticize everything and things like that? So really, really think about this, and think about it really, really carefully. Then it could also be that there might be a lack of opportunity for you. You might not have the opportunities that come your way to indulge in professional development. So I want to speak to you also about how you should approach your professional development. And let's have a look at the professional development pyramid. And this one is international. This is an international standard, and this is the one that has also been adopted by SACE. They might have changed the wording a little bit. So if we take a look at the professional development pyramid, if we look at the self-directed professional development band here, this is the one where you go ahead and you decide which ones you want to attend. So if you take a look at all these sites here, these are just apps and sites, and like the one that we are attending today, you can actually hop onto the SACE website, and you can actually go and log this as a professional development activity and get professional development points for it. So all you have to do is just go onto their website and log this as a professional development activity. The next one is also what we call site-based or school-initiated activities. And these are perhaps workshops that your schools have arranged for you, or maybe a professional development program that is arranged by your school, a range of workshops that they enrolled you for. But then you also have the standardized ones, and these are the mass rollout type professional development programs that you find. For example, the ones that the Department of Education rolls out when there's a new curriculum that's introduced. For example, the CAPS implementation or new common trends. I think right now the department are busy trying to launch remote teaching professional development programs for their educators so that everyone can become upskilled. And those are what we call standardized. And all of these three bands all have professional development points attached to them. And you can hop onto the SACE website to have a look to see how much per year you can actually earn from those. So how do you approach your professional development? So the first thing I want you to look at is the how. How do you learn? How do you want to learn? Do you want to just read up on things? Do you want to watch a few videos? Do you want to listen to podcasts? Do you want to listen to people talk? Or do you want to do actual workshops and trainings that you want to attend? The next thing is you need to ask yourself is, what do you want to learn? Do you want to learn something profound? Do you want to learn in depth? Do you want to learn snippets, or just enough to get you by? When do you want to learn? By yourself, with others? Do you want to multitask? Do you want to teach while you are studying, or are you bored? Do you want to just study because you are bored? The next thing is, where do you want to learn? Do you want to learn anywhere in a class, just in life in general, or do you want to learn at work? And then the question is, why do you want to learn this? Do you want to learn to advance? Do you want to learn for the sake of learning? Do you want to learn to play? Or do you just want to learn because you want to learn? So these are all types of questions that you need to ask yourself when it comes to professional development. So how do you approach it? So look at a professional learning network. It's important that you find yourself a professional learning network. And this is very important because you get great resources from other people. And the professional learning network consists of a bunch of people that can really mentor you, that can guide you, that can teach you small things you can learn from other people. So you can follow some really amazing educators online. There are some international sites that you can join. You can flatten your classroom walls. I mean, the possibilities are actually endless when you join a professional learning network. So consider that it's almost like a professional learning community within your subject, which is something that is really promoted by the Department of Education as well. And you can really, really learn a lot from other people. And then what do you do now? So how do you go about trying to find your professional learning cycle? What is it that you need to look for? So first of all, the first step is to engage in professional learning. So who do you find that can actually give you what you want. So that is where Macmillan will come in. And I'm going to show you just now how Macmillan can actually meet all of your educational, your professional learning needs that you require. You need to find a suitable professional service provider. And then you also need to find someone that can support you, a mentor. And Macmillan can provide those services for you as well. And then the last thing in this professional learning cycle that you need to consider is to measure your own learning. Was it valuable for me? Do I need more help? Do I need more training in that specific field that I've just, some sessions that I've attended? So what should you look for in a service provider, and why should you choose Macmillan Teacher Campus? So let's take a look, first of all, at what Macmillan Teacher Campus can offer you. If we look at our vision at Macmillan Teacher Campus, our vision is to empower, to motivate, and to develop all educators in South Africa by providing a learning pathway for continuing professional development. And sure, that's a very, very big mouthful. So if you think about all of these things, we are also accredited with the ETDP-SETA. We have accredited courses that we provide. We are a registered service provider with SACE, and we also have an accreditation with the QCTO. So we provide an ECD qualification as well. So we've been around for quite some time. So we actually were established in 2007. So it's been more than 10 years. Now it's almost 13 years that we've been going. So if we take a look at what teachers expect from their professional development and how can Macmillan Teacher Campus meet that specific need, the first thing we can look at is that teachers want a voice and they want a choice. So at Macmillan Teacher Campus, you can choose from a wide variety of workshops and topics. We have school management, assessment, inclusion, e-learning, ECD, NQF level 4 qualification. We offer accredited courses. We offer face-to-face courses that will be only after lockdown. And at the current moment, we offer online sessions with very, very experienced trainers such as Karen, who presents a lot of our online webinars for us and our online workshops. So hop onto our Macmillan website and have a look at the MTC, the Macmillan Teacher Campus tab, to see what workshops there are available for you that you can attend. The next thing that teachers also look for is they want professional development that is relevant for their learners. So we have subjects and phase specific workshops that we offer, from foundation phase, intermediate, senior, FET phase. We offer science workshops, maths, languages, technology. And if we don't have something, we actually, if you contact us and we don't have it, we will go and develop a specific workshop. So we tailor make our workshops for you, whatever your school requires. The next question is that teachers also look for is they want professional development that they can use right away. So the nice thing about our workshops that we offer is that it's hands-on, it's relevant, it is CAPS aligned. We also provide excellent resources, printable resources and actual resources that you can take home with you as well. We give you a lot of practical tips that you can apply straight away. Can apply those practical tips, and we also provide you some best practices as well, because we've got this experience. And at Macmillan Teacher Campus, we are all ex-teachers. So we do know quite a lot. And the nice thing about us is we come from various backgrounds in education, right from, we've got maths experts, we've got the ECD experts, we've got foundation phase experts that work for us. My background is science and technology. So we really, really have a wide variety of different backgrounds in and different subjects that we can provide. The next thing that educators look for is that they want professional development that is conducted by professionals with classroom experience. So as I said, Teacher Campus, we're all ex-teachers, and we do have the accreditation with the ETDP-SETA and with the QCTO, and we are a SACE service provider as well. And then we make use of expert trainers, subject specialists. We also get subject specialists to write our workshop materials for us as well. We also do make use of teachers, retired teachers and current teachers and district officials. So again, I also want to say, if you are interested in becoming a trainer for Teacher Campus, you are also welcome to contact us, and we can put you through the drill to see whether you can, whether you have the subjects that we require and things like that. So please drop me a call to say that you are interested in becoming a trainer for us as well. We're always looking. The next thing that teachers also look for is that they want professional development that's innovative and creative. So we provide excellent activities that really are very, very hands-on, very trending, all the latest things that are happening in education. We provide you with experience in that. We have very professionally laid out manuals. We've got very good creative ideas. And again, we make use of best practices. So we get a lot of information from teachers out there in the field and what works for them. And we try to incorporate all of that into our manuals. And then teachers also want professional development that makes them better teachers. So again, our manuals are written by subject experts, and we provide you with valuable tips and valuable teaching ideas as well. And then teachers also want professional development that is practical and not theoretical. So never ever are you going to sit in a Teacher Campus workshop where somebody just reads off the slides. That is never going to happen. If we do a lot of quality assurance, so when we do find that, we replace that trainer immediately with somebody that knows what they are doing. So we provide the hands-on activities. We provide a lot of collaborative learning within our classes as well. We provide you with a lot of resources, and our presenters are alive, and we've got a lot of active presentations as well. I don't know if any of you have attended our online sessions with Karen as well, where there's a lot of, we've even tried, Karen, with GoToWebinar to have interactive activity. So we really try, even though we're limited with some of the platforms, we really try to engage our participants in everything that we do. And then teachers also want professional development that allows them to collaborate and speak freely. So we give you a voice. We give you a time to share your ideas. And we also think that it's incredibly important to provide you some opportunity to reflect on your own learning as well, and to reflect on your own teaching practice and how you approach your teaching practice, and whether what you are doing is working for you and whether you should be changing something. So teachers also want professional development that will be relevant for a very long time. So we do look at the latest trends. We give you manuals that you can take home. If it's online, we give you a resource that you can download to refer to after the workshops as well. Our workshops have got practical and immediate implementable activities and ideas as well. And also, very importantly, that it is relevant to the current curriculum as well. So how do you contact us? So on our website, macmillan.co.za, you can contact us. Hop onto the Macmillan Teacher Campus tab, and you can also find us on Twitter, and you can find us on Facebook as well. And I think a lot of people are streaming on our Facebook page, as well as the EvolveSchool Facebook page. So that's basically me in a nutshell. So I don't know if anybody has any questions for me, Karen.
There is one. So Marius is asking, how and where does one build this kind of network? So in terms of a teacher development.
So you can contact us. I've got a lot of ideas about professional learning communities within your school. You can contact your closest schools in your area as well, that you can speak to them about, to try and see if you can collaborate in your community, to try and share ideas to build the community as such as well. But then also hop on to teacher blogs there's a lot of overseas teachers that have their own personal blogs as well. That one that I want to tell you about is Teach, Learn, Lead. I think that's what it's called. So hop onto that, because there you get a lot of ideas. You get to hear what other educators as well, what they say online as well. So the thing is also just to research. to find out. And also, you know, speak to Karen and myself. We can really help you to get connected with the right types of people. So you're more than welcome to contact us, and we can send you the links to all of those pages that we've got as well, to try and see if you can get connected to a professional network as well. But also, I think, Karen, importantly, is to find yourself a mentor that you have. So maybe it's somebody in your school, maybe it's somebody in the community, or at another school even, that you really look up to in the education landscape within Southern Africa as well, that you can really learn from. You must never see anybody else as a threat. You must also, every time you meet somebody that's really good at their job, try and get them on your side to be a mentor, because you can always learn from somebody.
Rick, so thank you so much for sharing. I think the points that you shared are truly valuable. And I think that it's given the teachers a whole lot of ideas in terms of self-growth and how we should always be willing to learn. For me, that I've done my whole life. I think we've got to keep learning. It's just what you got to do. Like you said, see a new tech and you've got to play. So yeah. Definitely.
Just before I leave, I want to leave you with this thought. You need to look at yourself in the mirror every night before you go to bed and ask yourself, what have I learned today? And if you haven't learned anything, you can't go to bed. Learn something and then go to sleep.
I think that's fantastic. So thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for your time and for putting across these really wise words. So thanks, Ricky.
It's a pleasure.